It's Rob and Liz in the morning, his radio. And along with us this morning from the Mcclures, it is Paul, Bethel Music. The concert is tonight and tomorrow night at Summer Worship Night. You'll see it in Raleigh tomorrow night and in Greenville tonight. More about that at hisradio.com. Paul, dude, so good to see you.
Man, good to see you guys. Thanks for having me
Now,
on.
here's one thing you might not know about Paul. He renovates houses.
Wow.
You did.
What?
You did the homework.
Dude, I mean, and impressive. It's like HGTV quality.
Man, thank you. Yeah, I love doing that. I grew up in North Carolina, actually, so I'm a Southern boy. I'm a Southerner like y'all.
You are a Southern. Say y'all.
Y'all.
Okay, he
Okay,
proved
he's
it.
here.
And the
We got it.
longer I'm around you guys, the slower I'll start talking.
Okay.
So,
So if you would, take a look at some of the pictures behind you and tell me what's going on
look at
here.
this.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, that was my project last year, and that was, I mean, it was a whole year of work, but you can see this thing was tough.
So do you buy like these houses and duplexes to flip them, or so you live in them?
So
Or like, what
I'm
do you
just
do?
renting this one out through a site called Furnish Finders. It's to like traveling medical people.
Oh, that's cool.
This is the house we live in now. Brought that southern porch to Redding, California. Yeah, I love doing that. I love working hard, getting my hands dirty.
When did you pick it up?
I grew up doing it in North Carolina. My dad was always working on projects. You know, like the house you live in that is never finished. That was my upbringing, always doing projects. And then I did it with my brother-in-law for a long time. And then actually when I moved to Redding, I worked for a guy in Redding flipping houses and then leading worship on the weekends. So
That
I've
is
kinda
crazy
always done it.
cool.
Yeah, I love it.
It's time for HGTV, man.
Yeah,
I mean, I can see a whole reality show thing here, you know?
Yeah,
Oh, I think
see
so.
the good, the bad, the ugly, all the stuff.
Yeah.
Did you learn the trade because you're from the High Point area?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of furniture.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful furniture that comes out of that area.
Yeah.
Is that where you learned it?
I did. I think my dad, you know, like I said, my dad was always working on projects. So I picked stuff up. And then my brother-in-law, who's a pastor in Kernersville, North Carolina, I worked with him doing it for years. And then, you know, we took a risk moving to Redding. Like we weren't part of anything. We were like, we just want to be out at Bethel Church with these people. And so we moved out there. But I did construction for 3 years. I would be, you know, going on Bethel music tours and then coming home and renovating and working. And
Listen, at my house, there's this window.
get
I'm
me
thinking
over there,
you're in
man.
town.
I got you.
Maybe.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
So I love Paul because he likes to celebrate his friends who make music. Paul. And so here's Paul
You
in
guys
his
did
car.
a deep dive. I was not prepared for that.
He's celebrating in his car a friend of his who just came out with a song, and this is what he does. Yeah, evidently you're really into the song.
I need to have someone go through this Instagram and delete some of this.
Just make sure. But it's such a real moment for you.
Yeah. Is that Amanda Cook's song?
Amanda Cook.
Yeah,
She's the
yeah.
best.
And it really touched you, evidently. Yeah.
Really
It
touched you.
Like really, like scarily touched you. I also did this whole thing where we would talk lyrics. I've got that somewhere on there too. But it's just so fun to play with each other's songs and
That's so
celebrate
great.
each other. Yeah.
And
What do you mean?
celebrate, yeah.
And talk
Yeah,
lyrics.
yeah.
What do you mean?
You know, why did I bring that up? Y'all
Yeah,
are supposed
please,
to bring
thank
this.
you.
We would just, you know, it could have been one of those late night things where you're delirious and you think it's funny, it's actually not. But we would just find these songs. Josh Baldwin is another Southern boy, and we would talk through these lyrics. I'm like blanking on a song
I know,
could do it
right?
with right now.
I know. I'm
But
bringing one
there's-
up. I'm trying to find one. Yeah. Yeah. But like slow jam
You,
almost, isn't
you
it?
reign above it all. You reign. We would just do every.
You just
song,
talk it
and
out
yeah,
in a
and
wild
we thought it was
accent.
funny. It's probably actually not that funny. so.
Evidently, Paul has like a great sense of humor. Paul Mcclure, by the
Evidently.
way, from Bethel Music.
Oh,
I mean, for
absolutely.
some reason, you send friends to drive-thrus without a car just to stand there and order.
Oh
Is
my
that
gosh,
the
you
thing?
Guys,
I
all of
mean,
these Instagram.
Why would you not let
That's
him borrow a
Jacob Cook.
car?
This
I
was
mean, at least.
This was in Canada somewhere after a worship night where you're starving and McDonald's was the only thing open, but we didn't have a car.
Did they even
so we
serve?
just walked through the McDonald's drive-thru.
Wait
how
a
did it
minute.
work for you?
They were very nervous. Actually, they wouldn't serve us, and so what we did was we called an Uber
No.
I'm
Just
not
so you
lying.
could get
We
food.
called an Uber. We got in the Uber, ordered food, drove up to the window, got our food, got out.
So hold on.
And the guy was so mad. But we tipped him well.
But wait, there's DoorDash. So
That-
they could have
this-
brought it to
this
you.
was-
In the
This was
parking
long
lot.
enough ago that I don't know that they might. I don't think they had it. 'Cause,
Oh, they
yes,
didn't have
we
Uber
would have
There was no
DoorDashed
such
now,
thing.
yes.
That's awesome, though.
Let's get an
Classic
Uber
tourist
so they'll
story.
serve us, and you're
Classic.
standing in the parking
So we
lot.
can eat our McDoubles.
Where are you taking me? Right there to that drive-thru.
It's
Literally
right there.
just drive us
I'll
through.
give you a tip. Want a burger?
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
feed you.
Pa Mcclure with us this morning. This is his favorite song. Tonight, Bethel Music, Greenville. Tomorrow, Raleigh, hisradio.com.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
So we learned that Paul
Oh, man.
flips houses, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of renovating.
Okay.
Beautiful work.
He sends his friends to a drive-thru to stand there to order, but they have to get an Uber
and
to
like
go through there.
McDonald's, Yeah.
And what else does Paul do?
Well, you're a
I'm
mechanic,
interested. Okay.
right? You work on
Yeah,
cars.
there we go. Yeah, my first job was a transmission shop in sweaty North Carolina.
Really?
Yes.
How did you learn that trade? You know everything.
I do know
Right?
everything except
H-
how,
H-
how
H-
to
H-
delete
H-
old
H-
Instagram stuff. Apparently,
Yeah.
that's the only
Well,
thing.
tell
I
us
don't
about
know.
your days as a mechanic.
Yeah,
I mean, this is
I was
fascinating.
like pulling transmissions out, putting them back in. You used to be able to work on cars and fix them. Now,
Right.
I mean, you can't do anything to cars because they're all electronic. But yeah, I was again. When you're poor growing up, you just figure stuff out. So
Right.
I grew up in a ministry family, where you live by faith is the whole thing. And so we
Mm-hmm.
were always fixing our own cars and fixing our own houses and
Is
kinda
there a
doing the whole
car
thing.
that you want to work on? Is there one that you would love
There's
to?
not. Honestly, I'm glad I know stuff about cars, but that's not my thing.
It's not a passion.
So it's not
it's
like
not a passion.
go
Okay.
buy a muscle car.
know.
Exactly. I would love one day to have like a 50s model Ford truck, but yeah, that's not three small kids that I have. I don't have a whole lot of time for.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't
right?
nobody got time to be
true,
working
yeah.
on old trucks.
So, okay, North Carolina, right?
Yeah.
This is where you're born and raised.
Yes.
Where does hockey come into play?
hockey.
Did you play hockey?
What else do we have? Jeez.
Is there hockey? Was there? I'm trying to figure this out.
I mean, this was 12, 13, 14 years ago.
And you did hockey.
I was a little lighter then too, wasn't I? Maybe I should be playing hockey still.
Well, tell
would
us
think
about
it's a
these
workout.
days. I mean, he flips houses, he works on cars, he plays hockey.
I do it, man. I'm really
You should be-
impressed with me this
you
morning.
should
and all
be.
the stuff that I've done.
Share this with your
Seriously.
wife and let her. Yeah.
I was in a roller hockey league with a bunch of other
What's a roller
buddies.
hockey league?
Roller skates.
So yeah, just rollerblades.
I did not know
Yeah,
that was a
it's
thing.
not cool, but I did it.
There you go. Listen, he's got a fascinating family. Yeah. And I think your son's an artist. And I love the palette that he uses
Son
as an
is awesome.
artist. Yeah.
That's my buddy Ezra. He's 8 now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we found him in the bathroom with mom's lipstick, and he just went to town on
The toilet.
everything.
He
The
wanted
toilet,
a
man.
new color scheme.
He
He was
did.
following
Yeah.
Dad's
He did.
footsteps.
It's sweet boy.
How'd you handle that?
I don't know that I was home for this because I'm kind of a clean freak, so I probably would have freaked out more
For
than my
real?
wife did. Oh yeah.
Look at that, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I love that
yeah.
he has it on his forehead. He has
So-
lipstick on his
Everywhere.
hands, his forehead. He was into
Sweet
the
boy.
renovation.
So funny.
Does he help with the renovations now?
He does.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Does he paint
I mean,
better?
I'm sure you've got pictures. He's really good at demo, putting holes and stuff.
I bet.
You know, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and when he gets out the lipstick, take
Oh.
it to the
Watch
walls
out.
Let
and
him go.
stuff, right?
Let him go.
Pa Mcclure, Summer Nights. The concerts are tonight in Greenville at Relentless Church, and then tomorrow in the Raleigh-Clayton area at C3 Church. Tickets available. You can go online to hisradio.com. Dude, I love I Belong to Jesus.
Oh, thank you.
That latest song. I mean, where was this birthed from?
Oh man, this song has been a journey. We started writing this song in 2020. You guys remember 2020? That easy, fun year
Oh,
we all
yeah.
had.
Yeah.
2020.
Spent a lot of time at home in masks.
Yeah, it was awesome. No, but we started writing that song with our buddy Sean Curran. He came to Reading, and we wrote that bridge actually first. And it was really a tough time when we started writing the song. We were going through a miscarriage at the time. And sometimes you write songs that are like ahead of where you even are. They feel prophetic. They feel like God's doing something. And so obviously that was a Hannah ended up having a surgery that went really bad. Woke up in the ICU. It was supposed to be a 30-minute surgery. It was just, but long story short, through that season, we wrote this song about fear because we were experiencing so much fear. And I think we had kind of learned growing up, like, just ignore the fear or don't talk about the fear. And it was really a season of kind of embracing the fear and taking it to Jesus and saying, God, it's not that I'm ignoring this or that it's not there, because fear was at the forefront for all of us in 2020. But trying to write a song that was an identity statement of faith, of fear will never conquer me. I belong to Jesus. So we're still on that journey of walking through that, but I think it's really important to not ignore, but to acknowledge and take it to Jesus. And so that's what we're learning in the season.
Paul, thank you for the time.
Oh, thanks for having me.
I cannot wait to see you tonight.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be a good night.
It's going to be a
It
fun
will
night.
be. Relentless Church tonight. That starts at 7 o'clock. Tickets will be at the door. You can go online to hisradio.com. And then tomorrow in Clayton at C3 Church. Box office is where you can get the tickets online at hisradio.com. And here are the Mcclures. Great song. I belong to Jesus. It's His Radio.